JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 10th of May, 2021. So welcome everyone. Welcome to this Monday's afternoon session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, just before we jump into the charts, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Bank website, and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. So feel free to check us out here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top. Now then, jumping into the charts, the first one I'm going to pick up here is the German index, DAX, and we are slightly in the red. However, the market is not, the index is still open. The German market is still open and running. So let's see if we are able to get back into positive territory, because we are able to remain above this 15,355 territory right here, but as I said, currently trading just slightly in the red. Now, don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm still keeping an eye on this barrier right here, the all-time high, the 15,502 territory. I'm still aiming for that one because I want to see if we are going to get a new all-time high. So far, like I said, it's an interesting one, so be very careful. Don't rush into those shorts yet, because again, we need a better signal for the downside, but at the moment there are a lot of indications here pointing to the upside. First of all, of course, the fact that we're trading above this downside line, we're trading above the 21-day EMA and above some of these previous resistance levels, which now are going to be seen as support. So keep your eyes on those. The S&P 500. So here we have we have an index which created a new all-time high on Friday, and let me just probably zoom in here a little bit. We managed to overcome the previous all-time high, which was around the 4,219 zone. We've went further north, and we hit an area near the 4,238 zone. So what's happening here right now on the cash index? We'll see that the price is currently sitting at around 4,236, so not far basically from, just almost around here, the same level where it closed on Friday, almost right there. So, or should I say a little bit higher than where it closed on Friday, but not really near the all-time high yet. So for now, basically, we're still keeping an eye on this area. I mean, if we do get a push at least higher, I mean, at least above this 4,238, of course, this creates a new all-time high. Again, the sky's the limit. So for now, guys, I mean, like I said, we haven't really received that good, strong indication for a possible reversal here. In a way, one of the levels that you could keep an eye on for the downside, in order to consider the downside, is a drop below the 4,147 territory right here, marked by the low of the 6th of May. And then, at the same time, we could see a drop below the 21-day EMA, where more sellers could join in. So keep that in mind. But at the moment, for now, we are keeping an eye on this 4,238 territory. If that gets cleared, then, well, like I said, the sky's the limit for this one. NASDAQ 100. So NASDAQ is interesting as well, because we had as you can see, last week we had a nice, beautiful rebound from this upside line here, taken from the low of the 5th of March. We climbed higher, but we found resistance near the 21-day EMA. If we take a look at the cash index right now, we'll see that the price is declining a little bit, and we're currently near the 13,678 territory. So basically we're below Friday's close. Now, can we push higher? Certainly yes, and as long as we remain above this upside support line, yes, there is still a good chance for this one to drift further again to the upside. And what I'll also keep an eye on here is this 13,700 territory, approximately around here. If we get a clear break back above it, then and we also then push above the 21.8 EMA, then yep, higher levels could be met. So keep your eyes on this one, guys. I mean, it could be quite interesting. Currently, we are seeing a slight decline, but will it remain above this upside line? Now, this is going to be where this is the point where it's going to be interesting. Don't get me wrong, we could see maybe a bit of a larger kind of corrective move here towards the downside, but as I said, my main focus will be on this upside line. If we do rebound from here, from this upside line again, and climb back above the 13,700 territory, then yes, I'll aim for the upside again. Silver, so yeah, continues to move nicely to the upside. So beautiful move here, beautiful movement, further away from this upside line, and in a way, we could what we could do here is maybe potentially draw a rising channel pattern here, but I would say not that significant. Mainly probably keep your eyes on the upside line instead. So let's not overcomplicate our chart, but at the moment, guys, I mean, everything's looking quite nice. We're going for some higher highs here. Silver today is pushing further north, and yep, my next target, as I've mentioned before, is this 28.32 zone marked by the highest point of February. Or actually, sorry, do apologize, the high of the 23rd of February, because the highest point of February is this one right here. There we go. So that's the 30 point, let's round it up here a little bit, 30.10. That's our the highest point of February. Let me just double check something here as well, and also the highest point of this year as well, so the current highest point of this year. So, but again, before we could reach that, for now, what I'm kind of aiming here for is, of course, this 28.32 zone, and then we'll take it from there. Bitcoin Cash, yeah, I mean, did push higher initially, but started declining. This kind of little pattern here, on one hand, it seems like it could be maybe a possible bullish flag here, or bullish pennant. It could, of course, yes, but from the very, very short-term perspective. Now, I've mentioned this previously, and I don't know if you remember, but basically, such patterns here, when we have the, let's say, the 3 consecutive candles here, with, let's say, in this situation, when we have a positive ones, but their bodies, the kind of, let's say, the range of all their bodies is still within the range of this longer downwards candle, this bearish candle, and this pattern tends to be called as a bearish 3. So and we have the opposite, and it works the opposite way as well, the bullish 3. But here, the bearish 3, this means that maybe, for example, going into tomorrow, and I'll pick up on Bitcoin Cash apps for sure, maybe tomorrow, depending on, like I said, how this daily candle is going to end up being today, if it stays, let's say, somewhere in between, let's say below this this 1,507 territory. If it stays somewhere below this, then yep, like I said, going into tomorrow, maybe we could see this one drifting to the downside. So again, this is just an idea, guys, for now. Let's see if this is going to work out, because again, it's very interesting. We have seen these patterns work out nicely, so let's see if this time it's going to work out as well. But of course, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this is going to be, let's say, this could result in a sharp decline. Yes, it could, but initially what we're going to kind of keep an eye on here is probably, as I've just mentioned to you, the possible bullish pennant. So we could decline here, we could go lower, but it might rebound from somewhere here and then reverse again to the upside. So, and then basically we will get ourselves a nice, beautiful bullish pennant here. So again, there's a lot of interesting stuff here happening, but from the very short-term perspective, like I said, let's see if this is going to end up being a bearish 3. Ripple is stuck. although it's not really moving strongly to the upside, it is still trading above the 21-day EMA. So in a way, kind of still there is some bullishness. However, you can see that this barrier, the 1.6640 zone, is kind of providing resistance. Although, yes, I do understand that we had a bit of a breakout here, but these were, to be honest, false breakouts, and we didn't really get the daily candle staying above this area, above this 1.6640. So if we do get eventually that daily candle staying above this barrier, then yes, my next target is the 1.9657 territory right here. For the downside, I need to see a drop somewhere below this area, below the 1.3155, in order to go for lower levels. But to be honest, let me just wait one moment. Just let me just rephrase that probably. Let's see if this is going to work out or not. But again, no, this is not ideal. Basically, the idea here was to maybe to draw an upside support line. However, it's not really very accurate. I mean, we could keep an eye maybe on this little tentative upside line. Yes, we could do. Let's put it this way. If we get a break of this upside line, then yes, of course, it might increase the chances for a bit of a drift lower here, but still preferably maybe a drop below the 1.4265 territory, something like that could be possible here for the bears, because at the same time we could see a drop below the 21-day EMA. So basically, guys, I mean, for now, I would say that yes, for the upside, keep your eyes on this little barrier right here, this 1.6640. We need to see a daily candle staying above it. For the downside, I will start looking at slightly lower levels if we get a drop below this 1.4265 territory, but I'm not really gonna get, let's say, too overconfident with the downside, because basically we could start drawing some upside lines here, probably not more like here, but something like here, and as you can see, basically there are still possibilities for the bulls to step in somewhere around here and kind of drive this one north, because maybe, just maybe, we are just forming just part of a bigger triangle pattern here, something like that. So again, there's a lot of options here, to be honest, but be very careful. Let's go step by step on this one. It is looking interesting, but if it suddenly, let's say, it starts dropping below this upside line, this shorter term, very short term, and drops below the 1.4265, yes, we could go for slightly lower levels, but then we'll be very careful near this upside line here, taken from the low, the 4th of April. And then we'll take it from there. Jumping into AUD NZD, guys. So looking at the picture here, you can see that AUD NZD is drifting to the downside. So previously, if you remember, I had a falling wedge pattern here, which is partially working out. It wasn't a very clear falling wedge, of course, but nevertheless, I mean, let me just put it back probably on the chart here. So something like this previously I had here on the chart, and let me just grab the lower side. I think it was from here somewhere. No, it was from here. So we had this kind of nice falling wedge pattern. I said that basically these tend to break to the upside according to all the TA rules. But again, it wasn't a very clear one, I would say. I mean, we had a breakout, then we traveled back inside the pattern, and then now we're having another breakout to the upside. But overall, yes, it did kind of, let's say, do what it was supposed to do. Now the big question here is, can we see this daily candle to stay above the 1.0793 territory right here? We had these false breakouts, but we didn't really get that daily candle staying above it. So again, for now, guys, let's be very careful. Let's be very cautious, and yep, let's see how this is going to play out and where this where this daily candle is going to end up being today. For now, everything is looking quite positive. USD CHF, very quickly on this one, continues to slide, drops below the 0.9027 territory, and this morning I said to you that if it continues to trade below it, then yes, further declines are possible. So at the moment, like I said, I'm targeting this 0.8934 territory, guys. So be very careful. Like I said, for now, that's the game plan. So let's see how this is gonna play out. GBP JPY. So the pound is the strongest one today, and the yen is the weakest one today. And this is the result we're getting. We're having a nice explosion here to the upside, and not only that we're clearing this 152.41 zone right here, we're also clearing the highest point of April near the 153.42 zone right here. So that's why for now, guys, we'll be very careful. Everything's looking quite positive here. Can we stay can we stay above this 153.42 territory? Now that's going to be an interesting one to watch. If we can, then yes, higher levels could be met. But if we cannot, then we'll have to just I would say we'll have to just be very careful then, because if it drifts back below this hurdle, there could be a chance for a bit of a corrective move here back down, and then basically maybe we could see a nice little kind of ascending triangle formation here, but that's maybe a little me getting ahead of myself here a little bit. But for now, long story short, guys, keep your eyes on this barrier, the highest point of April. If it stay above it, then yep, we'll continue aiming higher. And where my next target will be, and let me just adjust this very quickly, where my next target will be this level right here. Let me just grab a line. This highest point of February of 2018, and that area is roughly around the 156.61 territory. I do understand that it's quite a big of a move here, but to be honest, it seems that the pair is on the right path. Euro Aussie, quick update here, and yeah, we are drifting further south, so everything's kind of moving nicely here. So this morning, when I was covering this one, we were sitting here near the 1.5468 territory, and then yep, now you can see that yes, we broke this level, and now we're pushing further south. My next target is the 1.5358 zone, and then yeah, we'll take it from there. And finally, EURUSD. So also trying to climb higher, but basically it's not really the kind of that big of a strength of the euro. It's more of a weakness of the dollar, and yeah, yes, the euro is slightly on the stronger, well, not the stronger side, but actually it's not the best performer today, but in general, like I said, yeah, the weaker dollar is helping this pair to move further north. For now, what I'm aiming here for is this 1.2190 zone, and then I'll take it from there. So guys, that's it for this session. So it was a very quick one, just to have a quick overview of some of the instruments that I looked at this morning, some new ones, just to see where we are at. And yeah, I hope you guys are ready for the US session. Have your stop losses in place, guys. Stay safe. We are at very interesting levels again, so yeah, be very careful, be very cautious, and don't yes, I know that some of you probably are keeping the phrase, the popular phrase, selling may go away, in their heads, but yeah, let's be very careful with that, guys. For now, let's wait for much clear, a clearer indication of a possible reversal. But at the moment, we're not really getting that. So be very careful with your shorts. So that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching and listening, guys. I really appreciate your time. So if you want to catch my video tomorrow morning, as always, my Traders Espresso, that's 6 o'clock GMT time. For now, have a wonderful evening. Stay safe, and I'll see you later. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.